welcome to the class. Today we will be doing chapter 3, how much can you carry, from your math magic book. So for that you have to open your book, page number 18. Alright. So in this chapter there is a small story. So let's begin with this. How much can you carry? The clever donkey and his heavy sack. Sandesh has a donkey. It carries sack full of salt on its back. Now what is sack? It is a bag. Okay. Sack is a bag made up of jute or any other fiber. Alright. Mostly it is used to carry heavy things. Alright. Like for example, you can find this in your home also. We get rice in a bag of sack. Alright. So, Sandesh has a donkey. It carries sack full of salt on its back. On the way to the market, they have to cross a river. So, in the bag, they have salt. Alright. So, on the way to the market, the donkey has to cross the river. Now, what happens? One day, while crossing the river, the donkey slipped and fell into the river. Now, one day what happened? The donkey was crossing the river with a bag full of salt. And what happens? He slipped and fell into the river. When it got up, the sack felt very light. Now, when he got up, he felt very light. Previously, he was carrying a bag full of salt. It was a little heavy. But when he fell into the water and he got up, he felt lighter. Can you guess why? Why the donkey felt lighter? Can you tell me? Because this salt, now see here, this is the salt, okay? And here I have poured some water. Now see, if I put this water on the salt, what happens? Salt on the water, what happens? See. Slowly it dissolves and the salt become weightless. Alright. So automatically the bag become light. Now again, what happened? The donkey was very happy. This also gave it an idea. Next day, while crossing the river, the clever donkey decided to take a dip. Now next day also, when the donkey was crossing the river with the bag full of salt, he again decided to take a dip. Why? Because it will make the bag lighter, isn't it? So, he did the same thing. He fell into the water and the bag became lighter. This time, Sandesh understood the donkey's trick. Now, what happened? Sandesh, the owner of the donkey, he understood. Now, it's the trick of the donkey. He doesn't want to carry the heavy bag. So, that's why knowingly he's getting into the water to make the bag light. Next day what happened? Next day Sandesh put sack of woolen cloth in place of salt. Now in place of salt, what did Sandesh did? Sandesh put wool. Okay, wool or say cotton, woolen cloth. Okay, in place of salt he put woolen cloth on the bag. Now what happens? Now see, this is a cotton. Now, if I dip this cotton into the water, what happens? Does it get dissolved? Children, does it get dissolved? No. In fact, it becomes much heavier. Alright? Previously, it was light, but as soon as it gets into the water, it becomes heavy. So, the moral of the story is that, just to make you understand what is heavy and what is light. Now, this bag full of salt was heavy, isn't it? But as soon as the salt dissolves in the water, it becomes lighter, weightless. Now the cotton, when you see the cotton, it is light, but when it falls into the water, what happens? It becomes heavy. So do you understand what is heavy and what is light? Now see, there are two bottles. One is full of water, another one is empty. Now tell me which one is heavy? This is heavy. So this is heavier and this is lighter. Okay. Another example. This is duster. This is a chalk. Now tell me which will be heavy? The duster will be heavy. So So this is heavier and this is lighter. Now do you understand? Heavier and lighter. Okay. Now you can turn your page to page number 19. Raju wants to ride a seesaw. Now what is a seesaw? You have seen seesaw in parks, schools. This is the seesaw. Okay, this is the seesaw. Children, you play in this, isn't it? Now, Raju needs a friend to ride a seesaw. Rani comes to help Raju, but still Raju cannot ride it. Can you tell why? See, now Raju needs a friend to ride a seesaw. Rani, she came to help Raju, but still Raju cannot ride. Can you tell why? Circle the correct answer. Raju is heavier or lighter? Now here Raju is sitting, here Rani is sitting. Now what happens? This seesaw comes down. Okay? It comes down. So tell me, why did it come down? Because Raju is heavier or lighter than Rani? It came down because Raju is heavier than Rani. Raju is heavier than Rani. Now what happens in a seesaw? When you put the heavy object, the scale will come down. Okay? In this seesaw, if I put a bag here and an eraser here, what will happen? Which side will come down? The bag will come down. Why? Because the bag is heavier than the eraser, isn't it? Aslam comes to help them. Now look at the picture. Again, Aslam joins them. Can you tell why the seesaw turned this way? Now see, the seesaw is turning this way. The seesaw is coming this way. It's turning this way. When Rani and Aslam, they both set this side, what happens? The scale turned this side. Why? Because now Rani and Aslam together, they became heavier than Raju. So this side becomes heavy. Now this side is coming down. Understood? So that's all. This was just a basic discussion about heavier and lighter. In our next class, we will do the worksheet. Alright? Bye. Have a nice day.